painting friends, Jessica here with Tiny Worlds of Wonder, stopping in to share a post review for Nouveau Folk Witch. I hope you guys are having an awesome week. I don't know, sometimes I just feel the weirdness and there's nothing I can do to stop it. Hope you guys are doing very well. This is a long overdue post review because, as most of you know, I worked on this canvas for Drills and Chills. Then life got in the way. So here I am finally to show it to you today. I'll give you all the details. So Drills and Chills wrapped up on October 31st. As you've probably seen from all of the final postings that Katie did, it turned out incredibly well and you guys did an amazing job. Thank you so much for all of your support and all of your hard work for Drills and Chills. I have never had more fun hosting an event, for sure, or participating in an event than the two events we did last year, the Summer with the Masters and Drills and Chills. Those have been the highlight of YouTube so far for me, so huge thanks to you for that. Now this canvas is from DIY Moon Shop, and before I talk about anything related to DIY Moon Shop, the FTC requires me to tell you that I have an affiliate relationship with DIY Moon. So that just means if you shop using the link in the description below, I get a small commission when you make a purchase and when you enter code TINYWORLDSOFWONDER in the coupon bar at checkout. That is never required. It does not affect the information that I give you here about the canvases. I'm always going to be straight up and upfront with you regardless of that relationship, but I do need to tell you that upfront. So let's get into the canvas a little bit. I did this canvas in a 50 by 70 round. It was and it is the biggest size that this canvas comes in. I purchased this canvas back in 2020, I believe. I didn't check my log for when this actually came to me. So if you're interested in this canvas, there's something you should know, and that is that DIY Moon has switched factories since I purchased this canvas. A new factory, I don't know this information for sure, but a new factory often comes with a new diamond painting designer. So the rendering on the new version of Nouveau Folk Witch may be a little bit different than this version, as might some of the color choices, etc. Because when you get a new designer, usually the rendering changes a bit. I hope it is still as detailed for its size as this one is, but I can't tell you for sure because this is the old version. So let me just take you on a tour of the canvas first. So here we have our lovely witch. The detail with which this is rendered for a 50 by 70 is so impressive to me. And this has been my experience again and again, at least with DIY Moon's former design process. They're able to achieve some really intricate shading and coloring at a really manageable size for their canvases. On this one, the shading is all burgundy. I don't know. I'll bring you up close. Of course, her face doesn't look quite as well defined up close. But do you see that ocean of burgundy shading? So none of this is black shading. DIY Moon's rendering process tends to be really tonal, which works so well to me. I tend to not enjoy renderings that are really line artish or really cartoonized. I guess I tend to like more of the cross-stitch style renderings for diamond paintings, one might say. And DIY Moon, they just pretty much rock at that. Or at least they did back at this period of time. I haven't completed one of their new renderings yet, and I really need to get on that so I can give you a good idea of what their current designs might look like. So down here at the bottom we have her boots, her legs, her dress. We have some potion bottles. Of course, this is a little clearer in the camera than it is to my eyes right in front of me. That's just the nature of how cameras flatten everything. We have a candle. We have some books over here. Now in the original art, of course, there's titles on these books. There's a little more detail in these small items. In diamond painting, you're just not going to get that. You're going to get the impression of what you're seeing. I didn't realize until I stepped back to look at this part that I was actually diamond painting a cat with its adorable little tongue. That is so cute. It looks so good. It's so subtle. It's so great. Her hand, her glove. Now here I replaced quite a few drills. and did quite a bit of fiddling. So if you own this canvas in this version, this might look a bit different just because I messed with it a little bit. I wanted to put some glow-in-the-dark drills on the moon. I wasn't sure how to accomplish this because I didn't want to like outline the moon exactly. So what I did was kind of make a moon shape with my, I think I used these Crystal Glow 734 from diamondpaintingdrills.com to do that. And then I originally had glow-in-the-dark drills for this Luna also, but they just looked way too bright and cartoonish. So I pulled those off, attempted to put most of the original drills back there, but I don't think they're quite all the original drills. Then I added some glow-in-the-dark polka dots to my book. Somebody asked me in one of the videos why these weren't stars like they are in the original. It's just because of the rendering limitations on diamond paintings. There's no way to make those stars small enough. I guess you could add a drill on top, bottom, side, and sides. You get a bit of a cross. That might be an option if you want that to be more of a star. Then up here at the top in her mug, I put some glow-in-the-dark polka dots. I love how her shawl is rendered, this plaid. Amazing. Up close, of course, doesn't look like anything. You pull back and it's magically plaid. I don't know how that works, but it's great. I love her beautiful red hair. I love the subtlety of, this is actually a broomstick over here. And this is the handle of the broomstick that comes up on the side here. I'll take you back for a long view in a little bit. Of course, you can see the whole thing. Then we have lemons, which I replaced with glow-in-the-dark drills in 444 and 734. So the bright yellow is 444. And then added a little shading around the edges. So those glow, it's so magical, the glow-in-the-dark drills. I discovered if you really want your glow-in-the-dark drills to glow, hit them with your cell phone flashlight. And those suckers will light up the room. Just hold it on there for a second. You can really see. And then I did the same thing with kind of the lemon that's peeking out over here, although it looks a bit square in camera. When you do your own special treatments, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. This canvas had plenty of drills to go around. I used this organizer set, which I was sent from an Amazon seller, I think because all my other trays were busy. I don't typically love these tiny Tic Tac containers for big projects. They're great for smaller projects, don't get me wrong. Or if you're doing a project with like 1,000,000 colors and you need something really affordable to put a little bit of a lot of colors in, this is perfect. I think these are a bit too small for DIY Moon in this size. I had several partially used bags and unused bags to go around. Every DIY Moon Shop canvas I've done, I have had plenty of leftover drills, a lot of leftover drills. And the quality of the drills was good. There was a little bit of the deal where you get a few drills that look like they've been bitten in half or something and a few resin drops, but my trash container has like this many in it. Granted, I tend to work around my trash and not pick it all out. It was, I would say, well within my personal range of completely fine and not annoying. So to me, that's like, does it ruin the experience of the canvas? If it doesn't, it's fine. The glow-in-the-dark drills I added were really good quality. From diamondpaintingdrills.com. I'm not affiliated with them at all. I just tried them out for Drills and Chills because they were one of our sponsors, and I was really impressed with those and had a lot of fun using them. I had no issues with the adhesive or anything like that. The canvas is nice and flat. So overall, my experience with this was fabulous. I had a lot of fun. I will give you 2 downsides to this canvas, and one of them might be kind of a big downside, but you can decide. So the first is just that there's a lot of this background color on all of these Medusa the Dollmaker kind of poster-esque pieces. So I had the same bit of struggle on Anderson's Little Mermaid, but I think this one maybe was slightly more of a slog to get through because there are just so many similar colors in it. There are a lot of dark browns. There are a lot of burgundies that are used for all the outlining. So if you like a bright, vivid color palette, this isn't the canvas for you. But if you love like a subtle Art Nouveau style with some more muted colors, if that does not bother you, and typically it doesn't bother me, it was just by the end, the very last square I got to up here, I was like, whew, we can do more gray. We can do it. And then maybe on this ocean of burgundy down in her skirt here. But otherwise, it was just so much fun to step back and watch the canvas come together that the experience was fantastic. The second downside, I think, to this one is something that I might contact DIY Moon about, and that is that I think 50 by 70 is not large enough really for this piece. Anderson's Little Mermaid, I think I did in a similar size, even though it's slightly longer. This one, the face is a little smaller, the details are a little smaller. I really think this would look a lot better in a 60 by 80. Like I said, I haven't done the new rendering of this one, so if you guys have done the new rendering or you've seen the new rendering, let me know, and maybe that 50 by 70 in the new rendering is more than sufficient. But I would say in this old rendering, the 50 by 70 doesn't quite capture all the details, and especially in her face when you get up a little closer. If the size of the face was a little bit larger as you were working on it, it would just give it a lot more detail. A few of the details get a little bit lost just because they're so small. These potion bottles, they look pretty good on camera, but in real life, until you step back, it's sort of like, what am I looking at? The Medusa the Dollmaker, of course, I've never seen the signature on these render very well. I think they'd have to be really big for that to render. But for the level of detail in the original art, and the fact that this is rendered at a 50 by 70, DIY Moon's ability to make detailed things stand out in their smaller size canvases is really unmatched to me. Like the fact that they offer some of their art that's fairly detailed in a pretty small size, and it overwhelmingly turns out pretty good, is pretty amazing. They do have previews on the website, so you can see if you like the level of detail that's available. And to be honest, on some of the artwork, like some of the Victor Nazovtsevs, even on their biggest renderings, I'm just not satisfied with how detailed it looks. So I appreciate that they give you that preview and you kind of get to see what your level of comfort is, assuming those renderings are pretty accurate. And when I went back and looked at this one and really analyzed what was there, to me it looked like it was pretty close. So when I really zoomed into that rendering, saw the level of blending on the face, and then pulled back from it to the equivalent level that I would step back from this one, I can see how the rendering there was pretty accurate. So you guys let me know. I'll take you out for a long view. You can tell me what you think. I wanted to give a little, not a little, but a huge thank you to my wonderful friend Katie, who right when I was in the middle of all the madness in November after my brother passed away very, very unexpectedly and very tragically, literally the next week or maybe 2 weeks after, I received a beautiful package from Katie. And you guys, there are just no better friends than diamond painting friends. There are just so many wonderful people out there, and I said it in my last video too, that really your kind words just buoyed me, like gave me a little bit of reason to keep moving forward, a little bit of pep in my step, and that is really true. And this box from Katie, where I got this, among other things, this is not everything that was in it, but this beautiful pen with flowers inside, amazing, so gorgeous, so gorgeous. This beautiful Muni-made tray in this clear color. This is really cool. I do not own this color tray yet, Katie, so this is perfect. Some masking tape and just some other things that I'll keep between she and I, but it was so So lovely of her. And Katie, I appreciate you so much. I appreciate your help with Drills and Chills so much. I appreciate your friendship so much. And to those of you who have reached out to me, both in the comments that I just haven't had the heart to get on and respond to all my comments for a little while. I've read all of them. I am so grateful to you, to my fellow creators who've reached out, to subscribers who've reached out. I'm so grateful. I'll do a whip and chat and go into a little more detail about everything that happened, but I just wanted you to know how much that meant to me. Katie, how much that meant to me, and how much it means to me to have you, yes, you, here watching today, checking out finally my finish for Drills and Chills 2021, albeit a bit belated after it was completed. Again, if you're interested in this canvas or any other DIY Moon Shop product, check that link in the description below. I'll have all the information there. Hopefully that's just a convenient way for you to find them and connect with some of their artists. Up next on my diamond painting agenda is continuing to spend a little bit of time on my vintage puck canvas, which I'll show you. I'll show you one of these days soon. I've not made a lot of progress. It's been crazy. But I also want to do a whip parade and a celebration of all my finishes for 2021, meager as they may be. So that'll be coming up over the next couple of weeks. I hope you're having a marvelous holiday season. If it's not the holiday season where you are, I hope you're just having a wonderful month of December. Take care, stay safe. As always, spread some joy wherever you are, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.